Members of the Iraqi parliament called an open special session on Monday following more allegations of fraud during parliamentary elections earlier this month. They called for votes in the predominantly Sunni provinces of Anbar, Diyala, Salahuddin and Nineveh, and all ballots cast by Iraqis living abroad to be manually recounted. The demand was supported by many Sunni politicians and others who opposed the election results, which saw a successful outcome for three main Shia-led blocs in Iraq's first election since the defeat of ISIL.
There are frauds, manipulations and problems that took place, and that is seen in the decisions made by Parliament today. I personally support these decisions which serve the interest of the political and democratic process in Iraq, and they must be implemented.
Prime Minister Haidar al-Abadi warned in his weekly news conference of potential political instability if demands for recounts continued.
We are checking all violations and complaints. I must say that the political process is important. We can't get into a political vacuum. Parliament is only left with 30 days to finish its legal term, and the new Parliament must take effect after that. Without a new Parliament in place, there will be a constitutional gap.
On Wednesday, Parliament's special session continued. 28 parliamentarians put together a draft law for a complete recount of votes across all of Iraq and for it to be supervised by the Iraqi judiciary and the UN mission in the country. Iraq's Independent Election Commission cancelled results at 1,021 polling stations, including those in the predominantly Sunni provinces of Anbar, Salahuddin and Nineveh, and 67 outside the country. It even warned of the potential of civil war if the crisis escalates. In order for any countrywide recount law to be passed, it has to be ratified by 50% plus one of Iraq's 329 members of parliament before it is then signed off by the Supreme Court. But despite the kind of legal difficulties that the 28 parliamentarians calling for this recount face, the issue highlights just how difficult it is to form a government after years of political tension and violence in Iraq. Charles Stratford, Al Jazeera, Baghdad.
ISIL fighters have attacked the Afghan Interior Ministry headquarters in the capital, Kabul. Police say a car bomb was detonated at the entrance and then several attackers managed to get inside the compound. Security forces battled the gunmen for more than 2 hours before subduing them. At least one policeman was killed during the attack.
A suicide attacker detonated his explosive at the entrance of the Interior Ministry and wounded 2 people. Right after the blast, I saw other attackers who had military uniforms getting out from an armed vehicle.